There we go. Okay. Hi, Marvin. Rory here from Edge of the Box Mentoring. I've just got a few quick questions to ask you regarding your career in football and the transition out and success you've made of yourself since. So the first one, I just want you to know from you, how did you deal with any setbacks early on in your football career?
I had a lot of setbacks in the early stages of my career, particularly before I became a pro. I found it very difficult to deal with them, to be honest, at times. But all I knew is I wanted to become a professional football player, so I just had to keep getting up and keep going again. You know, that's the definition of success, is literally as simple as just getting up one more time, then you're knocked down.
Yeah, excellent. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And then obviously moving through your career, you had ups and downs, as all of us have and will have. How did you transition out of the game? How did that come about? And where do you find yourself now, I suppose, on that transitional journey?
Yeah, so the transitional period for me was very different probably to what it will be for most, because I decided to walk away from the game. I came to a point where emotionally, I felt like the game was taking more than it was giving. So I decided to leave it, to do something that I wanted to have more control over and enjoy on a day-to-day basis, have the freedom of my identity and move forward. So I did that at 28, just over a year ago, and put a lot of my energy and my time into my production company and trying to grow that. So that's moving forward nicely now. We've done 2 projects that have been commissioned. One, an advert for the Heads Up campaign with the FA and Royal Foundation, and another is a series that we co-produce with Yahoo.
Brilliant. So it's gone from strength to strength. And I guess a question for you: did it feel liberating to leave the game with having forging a new identity now, or did it feel it was scary? It was a whole new beginnings. How did that feel?
No, I mean, for me, it felt massively liberating. I kind of battled throughout my career with identity anyway. Identity was a massive thing for me throughout my career, and trying to figure out who I was beyond just a football player and just somebody who kicked the ball around. And you know, that at times it was very difficult for me to kind of separate my emotional, day-to-day life from my work. And I managed to do that by looking at loads of other different things. I tried to find enjoyment in new hobbies. So I was learning to fly. I was cooking a lot, playing the piano, learning a language, writing, filmmaking. Yeah, I tried a lot of different things, and as I got older, I realized that my identity could be so much more than just a football player.
Yeah, I think just going back to some of those things as well. We're extending the questioning, but how did that fit within the sort of football changing room dynamic? Because I know for myself personally, at times, I felt my identity didn't quite fit in. I love writing as well. And sometimes when I was writing, I didn't feel like that transferred straight into the machoism of the football changing room, that type of atmosphere.
That didn't fit in. I didn't really fit in that sense. But, I kept a lot of things to myself, to be honest. And it was only really until the latter stage of my career where, to be honest, I was at that point where I didn't really care what people thought about me anyway. So it was fine to just be myself. And I realized that because I had a mentality that I didn't care what other people thought, and I just did it anyway, people warmed to it, and they were very accepting and received it well.
Excellent. And I think then moving back towards the mentoring side of things, can you recall any specific mentor you might have had through this journey, especially with transition out, or is it something you'd recommend for young players who are leaving the game to seek out?
Not at all. I mean, I didn't have anyone that I could say that, directly I spoke to. I had, family, friends, and, some people that I knew that had been in the game and stuff, but not someone who was there really with me to help me with, some of the lows, some of the highs, just to kind of manage different things, and someone who'd been there and done it by my side, really, that I could just pick up the phone to, every couple of days or once a week or whatever. And I think that's why, I think it's a great thing that you've set up with what you're doing in terms of mentoring, and B, that's one of the reasons why I set up Transition FC, because I think to be able to help players fend for themselves is such a big thing, to be able to help them, because I think so many people either want to do things for players or leave them to do it by themselves. And I don't think either is the way. I think, how you teach people is the same as how you teach kids. You help them do it. You hold their hand until the point that they can do it themselves. You hold your child's hand so they can practice walking, and then as soon as they're ready to walk by themselves, then you let it go. I think that same mentality needs to be applied here as well.
Absolutely, and I think, as we've said, what you're doing, and hopefully myself, as it gains traction, is something that we can really impact lives and help blow a few stigmas away, I would hope.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing, isn't it? Just because we've been there and we walk the walk, and we know how tough it is when you haven't got someone by your side or someone in your corner fighting for you, and just to help you out, really. So it's very important.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Marvin. Appreciate it.
All right.
And thank you.